I turned 80 on my last birthday. I admit it got my attention in a very different way. I used to describe myself as being in the infancy of older. I have now moved into my adolescence. I had a party. The expressions I heard most that day were, "It could be worse." Consider the alternative. I realized everyone wants to live to 80, but no one wants to be 80. I was recently diagnosed with CMML, a form of leukemia. Oh, for the day when the C word meant cunt. I went to my gynecologist, filling out the forms, those endless forms that no one ever looks at. For sex, I wrote, "Not anymore." And then I checked the box for erectile dysfunction. Since I have trouble standing up. He asked me if I had any symptoms. At this time of life, it's nothing but symptoms all the fucking time. Some get your attention more than others, and you finally resign to the adage that says, age becomes more difficult with age. What's the prognosis? Someone asked me. We all have the same prognosis. One day I will die. That sounds specific enough to me. The future closer to the present than it's ever been. Existential terror. Have a great day. I'm a recovering hypochondriac. Hypochondriac actually get it right. There is something wrong. Just not what we thought. The cure for hypochondria is to live long enough and it all becomes real. Some days I have to crawl my way back to gratitude. Always worth the crawl. Here's a gratitude list for you for a really bad day. 1, you're not a proctologist. 2, you're not my dentist. A guide to approaching incontinence. The first big step is one of acceptance. You no longer have any control over your bladder. Start wearing pads. You can order my brand, free to pee, you and me. You will no longer have to worry about leaving stains or going through or even getting to a bathroom on time. You can pee while you're standing around talking at a party. No one will know. Always assume you have to pee, and you'll always be right. Do not send that one more text or email before going to pee. Do not stop to wash dishes on your way to the bathroom. The water from the faucet will make you start peeing if you haven't already. Learn how to pee between open doors of a car, anywhere at all. Most of all, you can now relax. You have adjusted your expectation to the new reality. The golden years are all about peeing. My mind is proof that dark matter is real. I have learned that just because I don't remember something doesn't mean it didn't happen. And just because I remember doesn't mean it did. My new practice is called mindlessness. I tried mindfulness. However, if you knew what my mind is full of, you wouldn't recommend it for me. My daily motto is, don't think about anything. No good can come from it. And my daily refrain is, go gummies. And I don't have to worry about becoming addicted. I'm already addicted. Should I be worried? Absolutely. A good hair day for me is all about tweezing. I spend an inordinate amount of time in my life in pursuit of minuscule hairs. The gentle coaxing out to the final extraction elicits sighs of yearning and satisfaction, sighs which, if heard from outside, would sound sexual. I worry about who will tweeze me when I no longer can. Kissing me will feel like brushing up against a serrated fence. No one ever accused me of being cheery. I was considering starting a service for the aggressively optimistic, everything is great people. Feeling too good? Into a manic phase? Want to come down a notch? Call me. I'll bring you down. The older I get, the more my skin separates from my bones. I realized that if I stood on my head, I'd suffocate. However, if I could have stood on my head, my whole life would have been different. What does it mean, senior citizen? How exactly did that come to be? No one is a middle-aged citizen or a teenage citizen. However, if you qualify, you can be a senior citizen. Citizen of various states of disintegration, navigating loss and less on the rougher seas of older. Humor has always been my preferred way to dissociate. I highly recommend keeping a toolbox of dissociative techniques nearby at all times. We all need an emotional circuit breaker, too much not to take in on a daily basis. I could not remember the name of what I wanted to buy. I described it to a man standing next to me. Green, flat, you put it in soup, and it starts with a P. Bay leaf, he says. Exactly. I often have no memory of yesterday. I do, however, have proof it happened. It is now today. And today always follows yesterday. My segues have become confidential. I could always keep a secret, and now I keep it from myself. I have become the grandma doll. Wind her up, and she won't remember what she was going to say. Pretty soon you can feed her and change her diapers, and she'll fart all on her own. What does it mean when we say someone is aging? At what time of life does that begin to apply? Does it mean they're older than they were when they were younger? Does anyone ever say it as a compliment? Isn't there often some dread in the voice that declares, so-and-so is aging? Aging is a great thing when it comes to wine and cheese and friendships. No well-aged pussy appeal. Aging is meant as a way of saying that we are succumbing to the laws of nature that seem to indicate that all life ends. To continue aging, a shared goal. We're all aging in tandem, all on the aging spectrum somewhere. When I die, I will have aged out. My father used to say that the first 100 years are the hardest. I thought he was cynical. Now I wonder, perhaps he was an optimist. The facial recognition app on my phone no longer recognizes me. I'm old. It's okay. I wasn't born old. I wasn't always old. I didn't spend my life being old. I lived to become old. Everything is as it never was. Finally, gravity will take me down. At this time of life, simply being alive feels like enough to have in common with others. 80 is the new 80. At this very moment, all of us here are the oldest we have ever been. Thank you.